Hi guys, this is Limit of Londo, giving you part 5 of my Dark Souls 3 Let's Play. Last episode we finished here with Sigurd killing the fire demon. And we're gonna pick up some items and round up the Undead Settlement. So here we get the northern set, northern armor, which we're gonna be mixing and trixing with later on. Do some fashion souls. Again, here you can see hanging from the ceiling is those cage enemies, which we'll try to ambush you later. But then again, the Undead Settlement is just one big ambush pit, so you can lock on them. Gives a good indication that they'll jump you. We continue this way, where we'll meet a couple of dogs. There they are. So dodgy too. Easy just to wait them out. And here's a chest. When you open it, you're gonna get ambushed by the cage enemies. So make sure to clear them out first. You're gonna have a hard time picking up that item. Wow, too far. Come on, man. There we go. Human pine resin. And up here is gonna be two of those hags or witches or bad grandmas. Oh. It's very easily to get caught in their far reach attacks. They hit quite hard too. That attack is the worst. If you get sucked into that, it'll likely be the end of your life. But if you do, as I show here, split them up, take them one at a time, it's going to be fairly easy. Or if you're getting some backstabs as well. Makes the job a whole lot easier. So we'll make our way up this way up these stairs, and we're going to pick up a very nice ring, which is Flint's ring, which increases equip burden and a little bit of attack power. I think Flint's ring was featured in the Dark Souls 2 DLCs as well. So you can see a little bit of the area. See how big the Undead Settlement really is. That's where we fought the demon with Sigurd. The tower, the giant is, and High Wall Lothric in the background. So yeah, we'll continue this way to pick up another sweet ring and a memorable armor set, which will be familiar to most of you who played Dark Souls 2. So we're gonna get the homeward bone there and make our way down this tower. It's gonna get a little tricky with this jump, but it's not that bad. It's much easier than the jumping in Bloodborne where I have to get to the old Hunter's Dream. The Chloranthy ring and the mirror set. Or remember, Lucatilo mirror, one of the coolest NPCs in Dark Souls 2, or this set. And yeah, as you see here is a shortcut to back to where we were earlier. To the right is the boss, and to the left is the bonfire. So I'm back here with the bonfire where we got blasted with arrows earlier. And as you can see, after we befriended the giant, he will no longer shoot arrows at us, which lets us pick up all this item at our own pace. And it's some useful items too, especially this undead bone shard, which we'll use to upgrade our Estus. As you can see, he's already killed off all the enemies here. And now that we have clearing, we're gonna pick up a couple of items. Here is the mortician's ashes, which we will give to the old woman in Farming Shrine. And you gotta watch out for this guy. As you all know, ambushes is lurk on every corner on this area. Alright. So you give Shrine Maiden the Mortician's Ashes, and we'll be able to buy a key from her. The Grave Key, which we'll use in the sewer in the Undead Settlement where we met the giant rat, where we'll make some new discoveries. Next up, we're gonna talk to Grey Rat and give him Loretta's bone, which we found earlier in the Undead Settlement.
She's already dead. Thank you. Almost a relief. You can as.
And it lets us keep the blue tearstone ring.
Oh, this place is.
And last up, we're gonna talk to Yol or Londor, who will give us some free levels. We're gonna draw out crew strength and put a level in dexterity.
Be safe.
Alright guys, remember this place? We're gonna move from the bonfire down to the sewers here, where the giant rat and his family is. Drop down on him, kill him. And we're gonna open this door, which we didn't have access to earlier. We use the grave key, and voila! To the right here, there'll be a statue. You can request absolution or dissolution. It's basically where we reverse hollowing. And here you get a halberd, a red hilted halberd. I think it's more related to clerics. And in this area there's quite a few skeleton enemies, but they're not too hard, so it should be pretty doable. And gives us some training before the skeleton area in the game, or undead area, which will be crawling with these enemies. And one heck of a jump scare boss fight. So got a lot to look forward to. So other than Souls lately, I've been introduced to Destiny. I played Destiny when it first released on PS4 a couple of years ago, and I liked it pretty much then. But a lot has changed since I played it. There's been a lot of DLCs and an entire new expansion. So a friend of mine got me into it again, and I started a couple of days ago with a new character, a hunter. And I also did a PvP video yesterday, so check it out and give me some tips how to get good. It's quite a different game from Souls, so it's kind of good to get some variable games. That guy could have killed us right off. So yeah, if any of you play Destiny, give me a shout and give me some guidance too, because I'm quite newbie at the game. Here we're gonna take forth our arrows. I mean our bow and arrow. I'm gonna shoot down that body in order to get a blessed shield. Blessed red and white shield. And this area is a little tricky because there's gonna be swarming of rats out of that hole. Excuse me. So you can either decide to fight them all, take them all on, or just pick up this item and get the hell out of there. I've had a couple of irritating deaths here, being jumped by all that rat pack. But we're not gonna bother with them for now. And we're gonna open this door, and this is where we talk to that guy. And in here is the NPC maiden he was talking about earlier.
Who is that? Is someone there? Anyone? Oh, please, whoever you are, touch me. The dark surrounds me, nibbles at my flesh. Little creatures, they never stop biting. So please, hold out your hand and touch me. Ah, yes, there you are. So close indeed. Then I am not entirely alone just yet. Praise the merciful gods above. Oh, forgive. I am Irina of Karim. I came to this land so that I might be a firekeeper. Your touch has freed me from the dark. I am weak. But if it would not trouble you... Oh, thank you. I shall take my... Irina of Karim.
You've gone and rescued her, have you? How very quaint. Pitying creatures that are beyond help. Very well. I'm sick of looking after her at any rate. I am Egon, a knight of Karim. I am allied to you for as long as you assure the girl's safety. And only for that long.
So now we have talked to all the NPCs in Undead Settlement, and we got our fashion souls on, and did a little tinkering on our character, using mirror gloves, northern vest, and Lothric Knight helmet. So, last part of this episode will be this boss battle. It's kind of a little special, but a little cool as well. First thing I like to do is clearing out the area, because these ads make pretty annoying if you let them run around and interrupt you. And it's no surprise that a big ass tree is going to be the boss fight, and it's going to trigger soon after you start hacking at these ads. Yeah. Thing is with this boss is that you can't just whack at it and expect its HP bar to go down. You gotta hit its sack, like this one. And when you hit it enough times, it will break and do lots of damage. And that's how this battle goes. You find a new placement of these sacks, whack at them till they get destroyed, and eventually his HP bar will drop to 0. And he has 2 phases, so when we do enough damage to him here, we will initiate the second phase. Can I hit this? Oh yeah. So this is where the second phase is starting. We're gonna get dropped down here. And it's a little harder because it's gonna grow an arm. That one. It's gonna start with those moves, spin moves. That arm can be your bane of doom if you don't watch out. Yeah, watch out for those drop-in attacks. You can also use a bow and arrow to hit his weak points from afar. We'll try to do that as well. This boss was actually one of the few bosses I beat on my first try. On my very first playthrough of the game. So as you can see, the arm is pretty aggressive. Try hacking his back. Getting some hits. Let's try the bow and arrow. Don't think I hit anything there. But it's entirely possible. This is also the area where we got to the Mound Maker's Covenant. Did it ring any bells? Let's try the bow again. There. So you see, you hit a weak point for a certain amount of times and it will break and cause a lot of damage. So the trick is just to take it easy. There's no need to rush this boss. As for casters and range builds, you can just use an arrow and voila. For middle builds, it's easier to hit them at close range, or as I do, hit them at close range sometimes, make some space and hit them with some arrows. So that was the Undead Settlement, guys. Next up we'll move on to the next area, meet some new NPCs and new adventures. This has been Limit of Londo. Thanks for watching and stay classic.